what's up? This is Zach Jackson from the K92 Morning Thing in Roanoke, Virginia, and you are listening to the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. Super Rich? I don't even know that guy. Now, well, enjoy.
Welcome back to the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. All right, let's move to a more conventional segment. All right, call the show, 630-785-2510. That's 630-785-2510. All right, here's my take on drunk driving. They are absolute imbeciles. They are reckless. They don't care about anybody. And drunk driving can be absolutely prevented, Super Rich. Drive. You know what I mean? Plan out your nights. There's been times I've gotten drunk.
Right.
But here's what I do. I make sure I have a ride home. Because I don't have the money for a cab, I usually walk. Because I will never get into a car and drive drunk. Never. Because it's $18,000 when you get caught. Second, knowing my luck, I would get caught. Here's the third part. You have that potential to kill somebody. It's not worth it, Super Rich. And someone I sat next to in math class died because of a drunk driver who actually went to Hershey. And here's the best part. From our rant last weekend about DUI checkpoints, I had people tweeting at me and emailing me saying, oh, why did you rant about DUI drivers? Those idiots must have just read the headline of the podcast and not listened. Because I said 9 times, I despise drunk drivers. And I'm glad they have checkpoints to catch them. So they got the whole thing wrong. All right, we're going to get into everything going on with Michael Phelps, but we seem to be having a caller right now. The Edge on air. Who is this?
This is Adam from
Oh, what's
Chicago.
up, Adam? This is my guy, Adam Kowalski, a.k.a. Kwall. What's up, bud?
Sean, waiting for class, man.
Did you ditch class to come on the air? Or?
Not yet.
All
an
right,
hour.
so what did you have to say to us on the air?
Well, I mean, this is about the whole Michael Phelps thing, right?
Yes.
Well, honestly, it's just stupid. Like, you get normal guys get DUIs, next thing you know, they're in jail. It always ends at the mugshot. Next thing you know, they're out and about doing their thing. I mean, to be honest with you, it's just stupid. Drive while drunk.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, there's no reason to, because, like, you have a good chance of being caught, especially with all the media press that drunk driving is getting and all the attention it's getting. You could take someone's life or your own, or you could seriously hurt them. Like, yeah, there's a good chance you can make it home safe if you're not that drunk, but it's not worth it. It's not worth doing that chance because you're probably just going to get caught. You know what I mean?
It's only, if only people actually use common sense these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. I actually have a personal story with a drunk driver.
What's up?
All right, so I was driving home on 53, right above the Arlington Heights, or the Arlington Park station. You know where that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving around that overbridge. Next thing you know, some dude just cuts across like 2 lanes, nearly runs me off the road.
So what happened in the clean version? So you're on the overpass by Arlington Park. What happened?
Guy almost ends up hitting me. So I slam on the brakes, and the guy nearly pretty much almost drives off the bridge.
Are you serious? Is this right by the racetrack?
Yep, right by the racetrack.
And what is your, what's going through your mind when this is happening? What's your feeling? Because if this happened, I'd be scared. Because I'm the guy, when I'm driving on the highway and I see a clear-cut drunk driver, I immediately call the cops. I don't want to seem like a rat, but hey, if I'm a rat or a snitch, I guess I am. Sorry that I care about people's lives that might be ruined. So what was your take when this happened? What was going through the mind of Kwall?
Well, pretty much I did what anyone else would do. I do what you do. Just call the cops.
Yeah.
Follow the guy until they made an arrest.
Did you get $100 for it?
Yeah.
You did?
Yep.
What the hell?
That's pretty
I got
cool.
ripped off.
I told you, if you call the cops on a drunk driver, you get $100.
God damn it, those pigs ripped me off. I should have got $100. I called in like 4. I should be making 400. And Kwall over here does it once and gets 100. I mean, good for you. But of course, knowing my luck, heaven forbid I get some bank for doing freelance work. No, that doesn't happen. It's
We'd be
ridiculous.
only $500 away from getting our 24/7 live stream if would have gotten your $400.
Yeah, I might be getting like a Fund Me account and just have people, please let me have a radio channel online. All right, so here's what we're going to do, Kwall. We're going to have Super Rich read the latest on Michael Phelps. I'll give my take, and then we'll get your take as well. It'll make for radio gold. Cha-ching. All right, so what's going on, Super Rich?
Well, I was just going to read the statement that he said because it's kind of stupid. But he says, earlier this morning I was arrested and charged with a DUI, excessive speeding, and crossing the double-lane lines, Phelps said in a statement. I understand the severity of my actions and take full responsibility. I know these words may not mean much right now, but I am deeply sorry to everyone I have let down.
Do you take full responsibility? This is your second DUI. You're the same guy who got caught smoking bongs in like 2011. So I'm not hating on you for drinking or smoking or whatever you do, but you need to be responsible. You need to find a ride home. Drunk drivers are so selfish because you're putting people's lives on the line, number one. And number two, it's just pathetic because when you're Michael Phelps, what is his net worth? He makes millions. You're famous for swimming laps. Just because you're famous for swimming laps doesn't mean you have the right to drive drunk. You have the money. You have the moolah. You have the cash to figure out a way to drive home. You can pay someone to drive you home. You can get a cab. You can get a limo. You can get a VIP service. Why do you go to the level of the average American driving drunk? Why did these celebrities do that? That dumb broad Amanda Bynes did it.
They think they're above everyone else and that they're above the law and that they won't get caught. And if they do, they just have the money to get out of it.
And they just pay it off. And here's the best part, Kwall. Nothing gets reported about it when Bieber got a DUI or Amanda Bynes last weekend or every weekend. Or when, hey, Shia LaBeouf got one. We all moved on. Michael Phelps gets one. Here's why we move on. Because no one died. That guy from Prison Break, we didn't move on from him because he killed somebody while driving drunk. But these celebrities somehow dodge death and don't kill anybody or themselves unless you're Paul Walker. So we move on, whatever. These guys are such awful role models. Enough of you. Just because you make millions of dollars and you're good at swimming laps, yippee-ki-yay, Michael Phelps, it doesn't give you the right to be a dumbass and for drunk driving. What is your take, Kwall?
I mean, you pretty much took everything. You just said everything I wanted to say, pretty much.
Good job, Hoppe.
Like, in all honesty, like, just in general, like, it's really not that hard to get, like, a designated driver or something like that. I mean, I make sure if I ever decide to drink, hey, can you take my keys, hide them from me?
Yeah.
Because I do not want to, die. I don't want anyone else to die. And I don't want to get you in trouble. Like, it's basic. It's just basic common sense, which, ironically enough, isn't so common nowadays.
I don't even think it's a case of common sense. Maybe it is. But I think it's just more Michael Phelps thinks, well, he's drunk, number one. So he's not all there. He's altered. Maybe he's blacked out. But it's this whole thing where they feel superior to us. We're Michael Phelps. I swim laps. I'm Amanda Bynes. I used to have an awful sitcom on Nickelodeon. I'm a trash bag. I can do whatever I want. I'm Bieber. I used to be the next king of pop, according to Oprah. It's just this thing, Kwall.
Right.
Where they think they can do whatever they want, and it needs to end. And the worst part about it is the courts kind of play easy on them because they have all the cash to pay it off. Just because you're good at swimming laps or singing or making people laugh doesn't mean you should get off on it. If we want this to end and we want to quit seeing the whole trend of celebrities getting DUIs, maybe we should give them some jail time. Look what happens when you give celebrities jail time. Case in point, Robert Downey Jr. He went to jail in like 1999 or 2000. Now he's Iron Man. Now he's one of the most loved guys in Hollywood. Now he's one of the highest paid guys in Hollywood. I'm not saying once you get a DUI and you go to jail, your life is fixed, but it makes you think. It makes you think, just because I make money doing things doesn't make me any different or any better than any average Joe.
Yep.
All right, Super Rich, what does the article say?
A Maryland Transportation Authority police officer was using a radar at about 1:40 a.m. when Phelps's white 2014 Land Rover came through the stop at 84 miles an hour in a 45 miles per hour zone.
You idiot! If you're going to drive drunk, I'm not saying you should ever drive drunk. But if you're going to drive drunk, Kwall, Super Rich and Risky, maybe you should go 55, so at least you kill yourself, and you have a better chance of coming to a complete stop. I mean,
what do you think would happen if Michael Phelps killed himself? Like, what do you think the media would be all over?
Oh my God, guys! The outrage would be all over the place, man. We'd be so angry, man. We'd be so outraged, and then we'd move on by the next week and be mad about something else. But because nothing happened, Kwall, we just move on. Whatever. We love him. He was a great representation when he was winning all those gold medals during the Olympics in 08 and 2012. It's just so phony that a normal guy who would get 2 DUIs in his life and a weed bust would be in jail. But when you're Michael Phelps, one of the biggest, not just athletes of our time, but one of the biggest household names, Super Rich, that you get off. It's an absolute joke, and the court should lay down a law on this. Screw this. What do you think, guys?
I mean, it's pretty. You're pretty much taking the words out of everyone's mouth this time. You're on a real roll. I mean, I'm not even kidding. You haven't been on this big of a roll in a long time.
It's like, and the worst part is no one's saying anything. TMZ, those trash bags, they report it, and then they move on to the news about Kim Kardashian getting ass implants or whatever they talk about.
Because they
no one's really pressing the issue. If you press the issue, it'll actually give Michael Phelps more attention. But you have this fake apology. What is he supposed to say? It was the greatest night of my life, and I felt like driving drunk so I could feel like a character in Crazy Taxi or Grand Theft Auto. Like, what is he going to say? Of course I'll say he's sorry. Because I'm seeing all these accounts, Super Rich, Team Michael Phelps. They're like, at least he's sorry. Of course he's sorry. He got caught. I'm sure he's driven drunk before. Exactly. He didn't say he was sorry then. It wasn't like every time he got drunk, Super Rich, he's like, I drove drunk last night, but I got home safe. Sorry, guys.
Well, here's the thing.
Now you say you're sorry because you're caught in the corner like a little rat.
He's only sorry that he got sorry for doing it.
Like Kwall, imagine if you got 2 DUIs. You wouldn't be able to go on your Twitter account and say, hey, sorry, I got 2 DUIs. Moving on. No, you'd maybe get some jail time or a lot of
isn't he embarrassed about this? Like, seriously, he doesn't even act like he's embarrassed.
He can get any girl he wants. He's made it in life. I'm sure he's a little embarrassed because he seems like a nice guy. But get your act together, Michael. Dimwit.
Yeah. Well, like, a guy like me, I'd probably get, jail time, a hefty fine. Not only that, I'd have to wear a freaking breathalyzer in my car. Have to blow in every 2 minutes.
Right, any of us
in Illinois.
Yeah, any of us will get a huge fine that we don't have the money to pay for it.
And here's one of the underrated parts we all seem to be overlooking if we got DUIs, Super Rich. Imagine if you got one. You wouldn't be driving once you get released from jail a second time, or let's say you get probation for 4 years and they let you off easy in court. You're not driving home from the court. Your license is suspended. Why do they keep letting these guys like Justin Bieber and Michael Phelps drive or Amanda Bynes? They let them off the hook. At least take away their license if you're not going to put them in jail. But no, because they have money and they have a good lawyer, they can get away with it. Screw that. So, yeah. Anything else in the article?
Not much. He's just, he's going to be in court.
I'm so sorry. Shut up.
See, and now he's able to pay for one of the best lawyers as well. That's another thing with the money. He's able to pay for a good lawyer. He's going to get out of this. It's going to be like, no problem. It'll be taken off of his record, and then he's going to go and do it again.
Kwall, there's a guy in my gym. I'm not friends with him, but I was talking to him. He got a DUI. He said, because he doesn't make a lot of money, it'll take him 6 years to pay it off. For these rich people, it'll take 6 minutes to pay it off by just writing a check. So it's just an unfair balance that they can get away with it. Enough.
But then again, in all, it's just a choice, man. Like, you pretty much, you're, been inebriated. Your decision-making is, messed up. But it's still a choice you made, man. Like, that's like saying I chose to buy a gun and go ahead and, I don't know, probably shoot myself in the foot or go shoot someone else. It's kind of like that.
And then you issue your fake apology.
Right, and then issue a fake apology. I did not mean to shoot John Doe in the face because he was being an idiot.
Even though you hated the guy your whole life and you wanted to kill him for a while.
Exactly. Well, I guess premeditated murder.
Kwall, if you could guess, Super Rich, if you could guess, let's have a round table guess around the horn. How many times has Michael Phelps driven home drunk? I'll say endless. I think he does this a lot.
I think you just won the roundtable discussion with that answer.
Yeah. I know he's done it more than twice. That's for sure.
And I bet he's at least hotbox where you smoke weed in a car and you get some blondes and you light up and you play some trippy with Khalifa. You know he does that all the time. He's Michael Phelps, man. He can do what he wants.
Yeah, no wonder he can eat 10,000 calories in one sitting.
Let me check up his net worth. So I want to see how much Michael Phelps makes. Because I'm pretty sure whatever's going to happen to him, he'll be fine. He makes $40 million, so it takes $16,000 to pay off a DUI.
Wait, you mean Roger Goodell makes more money than him?
Yeah, for being a buffoon who does diddly squats.
Hard to
don't
believe
get me started about him.
he makes more than an Olympian champion.
Here's how much 16,000 divided by 40 million is, like the percentage, 0.0004. That's how much you're taking out of his pocket. It's nothing. That'd be like us.
That's like taking pennies away from him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no, how is he going to survive? He'll never get a girl to take back to his bachelor pad. He'll never be invited to the VIP part of the club. Oh yeah, that's right, because we'll all move on. All right, Kwall, before we let you go, where can people find your work online? Or your like Twitter account?
Oh, Twitter account at Kwall31.
I'll tweet it out right now so I'll get people to follow you. I like what you bring to the show because you have a new perspective. I like everything we have. We have Ryan Risky with his chime-ins, which is very good. We have Super Rich as the newsman and me as the ranter. And as you as one of our callers, this made for a good segment as we put Michael Phelps on blast. So thank you for coming on the Hoppe and Super Rich show on theedgeonair.com.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, dude. All right, that was my guy. He used to go to my middle school and he went to my high school, but he's one of the most humble guys, so I was glad to have him on the show, Super Rich.
Yeah.
All righty.
I'm glad that that we were able to get, another person's perspective on it and see what they had to say. And
look what
stuff.
It's like when you get calls. It's almost like you're a real radio show. It's almost like you're doing something with your life. Besides our
Please
family.
give us some more calls.
847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. All right. And if you want to tweet the show, add Hoppe_Super Rich. All righty. Without further ado.
Coming up, the Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
What's coming up, Super and Rich?
What's coming up? A whole bunch of news is coming up.
Yes, we do. We have a whole bunch of news. And you can call us 630-785-2510. That's 630-785-2510. We'll get into the latest with classy news of the day. And I saw something online. You guys know I'm applying for radio jobs or any job in the media. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was on this website, this radio site, and I found the job requirements to work at TMZ. And oh boy, is it good. So we'll get to that and more after this on the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. Hang on.
The Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppe Radio. For more info, check out hopperadio.com and hoppesworld.com.